The sirens were the first thing everyone heard, blaring, echoing off the lake, lighting up the calm homes around Lake Greenwood in a wash of red and blue. I was just standing on my lawn, sweat running down my back. Mowers stopped behind me. When Karen came storming down the street, her HOA binder clutched to her chest like it was a holy book. "There he is," she screeched, pointing at me like I'd stolen the Hope Diamond. And just like that, every porch lit up with faces, every phone went up, a drone buzzed overhead, because why not have a drone at an HOA standoff? The officers pulled up, tires crunching, lights bouncing across the water. "Sir, step away from the grass," the first one called out, dead serious. Step away from the grass. Honestly, it took everything in me not to laugh out loud right there. "Officer, I'm not even mowing right now." Karen exploded. "That's the problem. He refuses to maintain his lawn to lake standards. 2-inch lines, no native patches, no wildflowers." Section 4, Paragraph B, Subsection 2. She was flipping through that binder so fast the tabs looked like they'd take flight. The second cop, Miller, gave me a tired look. "We got a call. We have to respond." "I get it, Officer Miller. But I got an exemption letter, pollinator patch, city program, all legit." Karen snorted so hard you'd think I'd insulted her ancestors. "Fake permits." She was practically vibrating. "He's been a problem since day one." But before she could work up another head of steam, a white city truck rolled around the corner, code enforcement. Behind it, another city truck, environmental programs stamped right on the side. For the first time, Karen's armor slipped, her jaw twitching, like she wasn't sure if she should double down or bolt for the hills. The code officer strode up, orange notices in hand. "Ma'am," he said, voice level, "we've received 3 complaints from you this week. I'm here to..." And right there, the whole street just froze. The drone disappeared, and all I could hear was the water slapping the shore and my own pulse thundering in my ears. That's the moment the story really broke open, when the city stepped in and it stopped being about my lawn and turned into something people would whisper about at every Lake Greenwood cookout for years. But let me back up a sec, because 2 weeks earlier, I was just the new guy with a U-Haul and a box of banana bread, hoping to settle into a little peace and quiet. See, my name's Jake Harris. I teach high school science, the kind of guy who smiles at a Bunsen burner even when it refuses to light. I moved out here for the sunsets on brushed steel water, for the ducks that lined up like parade floats, and for neighbors who waved from their kayaks like we were all stuck in a time warp where small-town kindness still meant something. My yard plan was simple: a patch of regular grass, a patch of native flowers for the bees and butterflies. I've mowed lawns my whole life. I know tidy, but I also know the miracle of milkweed and goldfinches. First days were easy. Mr. Brooks, the retired mailman, nodded at me every dawn, jazz trickling from his little radio. The Dawson kids fished off the dock. I dropped off banana bread to Tom and Emily across the street, new parents with a trumpet-lunged baby. People smiled, said, "Welcome, Jake." It felt like a good start. Then came the letter, no stamp, just slipped in my box like a secret. "Dear resident, welcome to Lake Greenwood HOA. Attendance at new homeowner orientation is mandatory. Failure to comply may result in fines." Signed, the board. Bottom corner, blue ink, K. I showed up with cookies and optimism. The room reeked of lemon cleaner and cold coffee. Karen, hair sprayed so hard it could stop a bullet, lips pressed tight, met me at the door with a look that said, "I see you, outsider." "Cookies," I offered. "We don't accept food due to allergies," she shot back. "I'm Jake, new at 114, I said. She just nodded and started listing my courtesy notes: diagonal mower lines, trash can visible for 18 minutes, violations time to the second. I was looking for the hidden cameras. She whipped out a laminated acceptable plants sheet like it was a Monopoly board. "Only monoculture turf allowed. I'm planting a small native bed." I tried, gentle as I could. "City's got a program. Pollinators." Karen's smile turned to stone. "The city does not run Lake Greenwood. We do." I walked home thinking, okay, I'll play ball. Maybe some rules can bend. I teach my students. Ask why, find the path, listen. But the next morning, a yellow slip fluttered on my door, $1.50 fine. Unapproved landscape plan. Blue K at the bottom. I tried to laugh, poured a coffee, walked over to Mr. Brooks. "Is this normal?" I asked. He took off his glasses, looked at me like a granddad. Karen's very focused. Thinks order keeps the bad away, but sometimes order pushes good people out, too. So, I kept things tight. Timed the trash can, straight lines, kept the patch tiny. Kids came to see the butterflies. Tom and Emily brought their baby over. Every night, I watered, watched the lake go silver. But the finds kept coming. Grass length, unauthorized flower colors, disturbing aesthetic uniformity. Yeah, that was actually written. Total, for $150. I emailed the city. Sarah from the Green Yards program replied, "You're compliant. Don't worry, we'll note your address." It felt like a hand on my shoulder. Next weekend, I caught Karen with her tape measure, announcing my grass was 1.9 inches. "Can I show you the city letter?" I offered. "Show me your lawn when it's acceptable," she shot back, frowning at a butterfly like it had committed a felony. That's when I stopped being angry and just started to pity her. How tight she was wound. How even flowers felt like a threat. So, I tried to do it her way. Mowed sharper, edge tidier, put up a little sign. City Green Yards Pollinator Patch, permit 1198. Did small kindnesses for neighbors. It didn't stop the fines, but it changed how I felt. Then the heat wave hit. Emily panicked. Her baby red and sweating. Tom not home. AC dead. I ran over. What a cloth for the baby. Called the power company. Held Emily's hand until Tom came home. Face white as paper. "Thank you," he said. Karen drove by just then, cool air blasting in her car, pointed at her watch, then my lawn. I didn't wave. That night, a new notice. Hearing scheduled. Failure to comply. I went to see Mr. Brooks. "She's pushing," he said. "Kindness is seeing the person inside the problem. But kindness doesn't mean you let someone bulldoze you." The HOA meeting was standing room only. Karen read off my violations with that hard voice, but when Tom stood up and spoke, "Jake helped my baby, he keeps his yard nice," and Denise added, "My son saw 4 butterflies." Something shifted in the room. "Rules should help people," I said, "not just control them." That's when the city rep burst in, badge, folder, all business. "Everything Jake planted is compliant. And by the way, HOAs can't fine for things protected by city code or impersonate city enforcement." Karen lost it. The cease and desist went up on the HOA office door, the orange sticker like a bullseye. That's when the neighborhood really split. Some wanted order. Some wanted butterflies. Me? I just wanted peace. But Karen wasn't done. She started slipping threat notes under my door. Then one morning, she nailed a massive sign to the clubhouse wall. "Order will be restored. Mandatory meeting. Jake Harris, violation hearing." My name in big black letters. I felt like I was on trial in a public square. That night, the clubhouse overflowed. Karen was in her element. Navy suit, hair sharp as a knife, thumping the gavel. "This man thinks he's above us all," she boomed. Mrs. Patel stood up first, frail voice, but steady. "Jake helps me. His flowers are beautiful. My grandson counts butterflies." Applause. Tom told how I'd saved his baby. Even little Benji, fishing pole in hand, piped up, "I like the butterflies. They make me happy." Karen tried to regain control, but her voice cracked. She demanded my defense. I stood, folder in hand. I just wanted to plant flowers, to help the lake, to be a good neighbor. Instead, I got threats, fines, all because I didn't bow to one person's control. I held up the threatening note. "Handwriting's yours, Karen." The room was silent. She slammed the gavel, right onto my folder. Papers flew. "Enough!" she shrieked and lunged across the podium. Then, the lights cut out. Total blackout. A scream ripped through the dark. Flashlights. Chaos. People crying. Someone fainted. It was Mrs. Patel. Paramedics stormed in, carried her out. Officer Miller called the meeting over, told everyone to go home. Karen, trembling, yelled, "He brought this chaos here." But most people just left, stunned, some angry, some relieved. The next day, Karen came back with 2 men in suits. Served me a lawsuit, Lake Greenwood HOA versus Jake Harris. My knees nearly buckled, but I called Sarah from the city. She connected me to Ava, a no-nonsense attorney. "We'll file for a restraining order, demand records. Let's see what they're hiding," she said. The support from neighbors poured in. Muffins, water bottles, a witness list from Mr. Brooks. Kids drew chalk butterflies on my sidewalk. Ava worked fast. The judge granted a restraining order. No more fines, no more threats. And then the county started sniffing around, audits, subpoenas. Turns out, Karen had been funneling compliance funds into a side account, signing board minutes no one else had read, issuing fake work orders. Mara and Rick, 2 board members, confessed. We were scared of her. One morning, trucks rolled up, Trimright Landscaping, armed with a fake order to remove the bed. I stood in front of my flowers. No, Tom grabbed the mower. Denise called the police. Mr. Brooks marched over with his cane. Sirens, code enforcement, county auditor, everyone showed up. Karen tried to bluster, but the county investigator handed her a suspension notice right there on the lawn. That night, I saw Karen by the lake, trying to dump evidence. I caught her in the act, shoving ledgers and fine books into the water. Deputies fished them out. When the truth finally spilled onto the grass, misused funds, fake fines, secret meetings, the neighbors gasped. Karen broke down, finally weeping as she was led away, not with anger, but with grief. In the days after, the neighborhood came together. Mara and Rick called a meeting. On the grass by the lake, no more clubhouse drama. People wanted me to run for president, but I said no. I just wanted to mow my lawn and plant flowers. Peace doesn't come from hiding, Mr. Brooks said. Sometimes it comes when the reluctant lead. The county audit found mismanagement, fraud. Karen was banned. The HOA put in receivership, elections announced. Fines refunded, apologies delivered, new rules for transparency. The orange sticker came off the office. My patch of coneflowers, milkweed, and goldfinches stayed. Slowly, other yards blossomed, too. I never saw Karen again. Word was, she moved to live with her sister. Sometimes, when I look at the butterflies, I wonder if she found peace or if she's still chasing order in a world that won't give it. But the lesson stayed. Order isn't about straight lines in the grass. It's about neighbors caring for each other. It's kindness that saves a community, not fear. That's what saved Lake Greenwood. That's what saved me. Now tell me, where are you watching from? And what does order mean to you? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about it.